We have the Phoenix King versus Nurgle's PA. Grand Cathay versus, well, Nurgle. Guess that makes sense. I suppose that tracks, as the youth would say. We have a pretty neat Grand Cathay build. A lot of people sending me artillery builds these days. So for Grand Cathay, we have 2 Grand Cannons. Then we have 3 Jade Warrior crossbows. Some of them have shields, some don't. 2 Peasant Archers as well. 2 Celestial Dragon Guard. 4 Peasant Long Spears. 2 Onyx Crowmen. 2 Jade Lancers. And Dragonblood is Shugenin Lord of Yang with Constellation of the Dragon. Stop giving me other crap. Constellation of the Dragon and Jade Shield. The other side for Nurgle, we have Nurglings, the Frolickers Bubonic, Chaos Furies, Marauders, Chaos Spawn, Plague Toads, 2 Plague Drones, and then a Chaos Sorcerer with Fleshy Abundance and Stream of Corruption. Cannons lighting up the Plague Toads of Nurgle. Great target to start off with. Nice big bodies, easy to hit. Plague Drones can be a little harder to hit, so the Spawn or the Toads are probably the right call. And the Toads are demonic, whereas the Spawn are unbreakable, so might as well just knock some HP off the Toads and get it closer to them dying off. Cannons have now shifted on the Plague Drones, recognizing that they are dangerous, which is true. Ooh, very nice volley there. Sometimes the flying units, they go right through them and don't do anything, but that one, with 2 volleys, took half their HP. Onyx Crowmen get a Jade Shield as they run from the Chaos Furies, but if you're going to give them the Jade Shield, they might just want to turn and fight. Yeah, there they go. They're going to turn and fight the Furies, trying to keep the Furies and the Plague Drones off the Archers for now. Really rough start here for the Nurgle forces, as Archers can easily kill Plague Toads, and the Cannons, as we can see, are making quick work out of anything they shoot at. The Plague Drones and the Chaos Furies found their way onto the Jade Lancers, and the backline in general. I wonder if they should suicide dive for the Cannons, or if they should keep chasing Jade Lancers around. Because the Jade Lancers are here to block for the artillery, so if you choose to fight them, I guess that's them doing their job. I guess. Frontline's going pretty poorly for Grand Cathay. Peasant Long Spears are holding in certain areas, but in other areas they are falling, as the Chaos Spawn and Marauders sprint through the Archers and start to shut them down. It's going to get a little hairy here for Cathay. Another Fury bites the dust, but the Plague Drones decided that fighting the Cavalry is not what they want to do. They're trying to get over to the Cannons, not quite able to do so. Keep needing new attack orders to get over there, while the Cannons turn and fire what they can while they still can. Fleshy Abundance cast onto the last Plague Drone. Pretty good. Very expensive flying unit with armor piercing. Probably want to keep that alive. As the Constellation of the Dragon comes down, does decent damage to these Marauders. Not as much as you would like, considering how expensive that spell is and how elite that spell is. It still just doesn't do enough damage in my opinion, but it looks cool as hell. Stream of Corruption goes down the side of these Jade Warrior crossbows, and Celestial Dragon Guard doing a bit of damage there. Celestial Dragon Guard, they generally underwhelm me, but if you get into a late game with Nurgle being pretty tattered, they could do well. We still have Plague Drones fighting Onyx Crowmen. They haven't quite gotten on those cannons yet that are still firing away at Plague Toads and Chaos Spawn. Would like to see them dive onto those cannons sooner rather than later. Nurgle's busy sweeping up the front line and slowly but surely making their way back to these cannons. They'll get here, don't you worry. For Grand Cathay, everything in their front line has fallen apart and is currently routing, except for both of the Celestial Dragon Guard and 1 crossbowman they're defending. Fire your last shots, boys. This is it. Some Marauders come running in. Say goodbye to your cannon. Hey, another cannon's turning and firing as a bunch of Nurgle units go right past it, and it's trying to be really quiet. Sneaky cannon. Sneaky, stealthy cannon. Looks like Nurgle's going for a big collapse onto these Jade Lancers who have a Jade Shield. So they are currently very tanky. High armor, decently high melee defense. But 44 damage resistance doesn't hurt either. And Nurgle remembers that the cannon exists, decide to go pounce on it. There go Jade Warrior crossbows, there goes 1 cannon. The second cannon is currently under fire. And Cathay is quickly boiling down to these 2 Celestial Dragon Guard and the Longma Lord. Though we do have Chaos Furies about to disintegrate, we have Plague Toads close behind. Chaos Spawn are unbreakable, but one's half HP and one is just about dead. So Nurgle's not feeling too great either right now. Cathay's still slightly out on the balance of power. And we're just getting stream of corruption after stream of corruption to try and kill off these Celestial Dragon Guard. Does do good damage. It's 100% armor piercing. So that is something. A couple of these Jade Warrior crossbows are rallying, and Jade Lancer's going to run past them and try and sweep up these super wounded infantry that are behind the archers, and just give them a little more time to shoot at these plague drones of Nurgle that are coming straight for them. But they stop on the way to fight the Dragon-Blooded Shugenin Lord, who is trying to hold them in place for the archers. I get why both sides are doing what they're doing. Like, the Lord is trying to hold them off the archers so the archers can get some shots off, but also the plague drones are perfectly fine surrounding and beating up on the Dragon-Blooded Shugenin Lord, getting what damage they can on her. And maybe trusting the spawn down below to get to these guys, Nurglings too. In the end, the plague drones do die. They didn't get much damage on the Dragon-Blooded Shugenin Lord because these guys, Zhao Ming is taken all the time because he's really good, but also Dragon-Blooded Shugi Lords are insane for their price. They're cheap, and then they have 40 melee defense while on a mount. Nuts. Nuts, I say. Jade Lancer's stuck fighting spawn and Nurglings. They don't like that whatsoever. But the Celestial Dragon Guard aren't in position to be able to help them. We do have some crossbowmen still firing in wherever they can find the time. Spawn down to 4 models and 2 Plague Toads. 12 out of 24, but only 1,400 HP among them. So they're not ba-da-ba-ba-ba loving it. They're more like ba-da-ba-ba-ba technically surviving it. Celestial Dragon Guard continue to fight Marauders as another stream of corruption goes through the healthier Celestial Dragon Guard. Defend the realm. Cannons have just joined the melee so that they can apply Harmony of Yin to the Celestial Dragon Guard, giving them more melee attack, melee defense, and leadership. It's quite nice. Nurgle's almost got the bounce power back to equal for the first time this game as Jade Warrior crossbows stop and fire at the Plague Toads and Spawn that are sprinting straight at them. Marauders and Nurglings move on to the Celestial Dragon Guard. Again, Nurgle's PA just doesn't want to throw his large units into the Celestial Dragon Guard until he absolutely has to. Instead, he's just going to keep casting Streams of Corruption on them whenever he can. As we get a Constellation of the Dragon coming down on these Nurglings, and it looks like it was Overcast, since there is Overcast damage on the Shugenin Lord. No, the Overcast was the Jade Shield upgraded. Constellation of the Dragon did almost no damage to these Nurglings, so I still think it's a pretty bad spell. And over here, we have 4 total Chaos Spawn trying to kill these archers as Celestial Dragon Guard walk over to keep them safe. Nurglings fade away. There's another Stream of Corruption down the side of the Celestial Dragon Guard, but they are holding firm. Bounce power is almost 50-50, and I see very little for Nurgle in this game. That balance of power is on something, brother. This Chaos Sorcerer Lord of Nurgle, with probably no Winds of Magic and very close to his heal cap, cannot beat Celestial Dragon Guard and the Shugenin Lord and Horsemen and a cannon crew. Which the cannon crew could honestly probably get back on their cannon if not all the models are destroyed. Still 4 Chaos Spawn. We've seen them for quite a while, though these Jade Warrior crossbows turning and firing one volley might honestly kill an entire unit. They're not going to turn and fire, though. Nope, now they are. Jade Lancers charge in, get some decent impact damage. We're going to see a couple arrows come in from stage left. That should be the end of these Chaos Spawn. There are the arrows. One of the Chaos Spawn is dead. Another Stream of Corruption. I'm kind of surprised you still have that many Winds of Magic. Really good one down the side here. Spawn still have 2 models, and the archers are routed. Celestial Dragon Guard are routed. Peasant Long Spears are routed, but we still have a Peasant Long Spear. We still have a Celestial Dragon Guard here. Dragon-Blooded Shugenin Lord throws the Jade Shield on herself. She is going to dive down. Spawn still holding. Bounce power is in Nurgle's favor. The Lord on his Rot Beast turns to fight, but he gets charged. He's starting to take a lot of damage. Kiddos. 100 here, a couple hundred there. The final Stream of Corruption actually may win the game if he can hold. If he can hold. 9 leadership left on him. -1. It's not enough. The Celestial Dragon Guard is still here. The Chaos Spawn come charging in, but Army Losses takes him out. And that's GG. Celestial Dragon Guard were thinking about leaving, but they didn't actually go through with it. Nice job, nice job. Jade Lancers did well. A lot of the Cathay units did well. Cannons both did great. For Nurgle's PA, his Lord did fantastically. Plague Drones really struggled to pay for themselves. Chaos Spawn were good disruption units. Marauders just struggle to get their value a lot of the time, but a couple of them did okay. Plague Toads did okay. GG.
Roar. Subscribe, yes, yes.